E3 didn't happen, so everyone decided to do their own showcase.
And we're going to talk about our favorite announcements.
Let's start, though, with Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Big game. The first one, rave reviews. Obviously, they also had the Miles Morales game, which was amazing as well.
Yeah.
New movie for Miles Morales just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Spider-Man's IP is flying.
Yeah,
it's flying right now.
Is flying like Spider-Man. Yeah. No, it's a really cool game. And obviously in this one, what we've seen so far is Miles Morales and Peter Parker are like teaming up. And there's also Venom, like the Venom suit kind of there as well. Not quite sure what's going on about that 100% and what the story is. But yeah, obviously it's a fan favorite for a lot of people. It's probably hands down like the best superhero game.
Yeah, I think so.
That anyone's ever played. In general, just all the Spider-Man.
Considering its IP, the combat, the way they've innovated his power, his webs and his web.
Yeah.
Spitting.
Yeah, they said there's also in this one there's like a lot more ways to move around. Because in sometimes, if you're exactly, because you always need something to web onto. Yeah. But if you're going like there's one fight scene or whatever where you're going through like water, where you're going to traverse onto. So they're saying that they've got like gliders and other kind of things
that make it quite convenient.
Yeah, exactly. Situation. But either way, really looking forward to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Yeah. Also on the list, we've got Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, because the last few were very action RPG oriented.
Open world, like pretty massive kind of games.
Yeah, so the originals were very stealthy. They were assassiny, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. And they're kind of going back to their roots with Assassin's Creed Mirage, but also kind of updating it as well. And it looks really nice. It looks like graphically, it looks fantastic.
So it's set in...
So this one is set in 9th century Baghdad.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I do like how they jump around timelines. And I tell you what, they're very educational.
I know. Well, that's the thing. They base their worlds on actual landmarks and things. And even layouts of small cities and stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And,
I think it's going to be a good game. Just from the gameplay that I've seen so far, there's some really cool like stealth moves that you can do where you can kind of target, like go into this kind of like mode where it kind of freezes and goes a little really, really slow. And you can target like 3 characters. And then you do like 3 quick attacks, even if they're a bit spread out. And you do like 3 stealth takedowns, but it said you can't use that all the time. You have to build up your stealth meter to then be able to perform these cool attacks. So I'm very excited for this. I mean, Valhalla was obviously a great game, but it just wasn't what Assassin's Creed was all about from the start. So Assassin's Creed Mirage, yes, I'm definitely going to play that one.
Definitely. Fable, did you ever play Fable?
I never played Fable.
I think it was on the 360.
360, okay.
I touched upon it once upon a time. It's kind of like an open world. It's fantasy. It's
so it's like all types of fantasy. Because in the trailer that we saw recently, it was like Jack and the Beanstalk kind of thing, where Richard Ayoade, who is a great actor and plays that role perfectly.
Yeah, I think it does play on nursery rhymes. Not nursery rhymes. What's the word? The
Fairy tales.
That's it.
Exactly. But I mean, the trailer, one of the best gaming trailers I've seen in a long time. Because, people put out like gameplay and stuff like that, and it's great. Or they put out a trailer and it's all boom, 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 boom. This had a little bit more thought behind it, You got Richard Ayoade like telling this story, how he just wants to be a guy who grows things or something like that. And then you have this cutscenes where this person's like doing all this fighting, and you get to see like the cool fighting side of it, and you're like, oh, that looks really nice. And then at the end of it, she's climbing a beanstalk. You're like, wait, what's going on? And all of a sudden Richard Ayoade is a giant and attacking her, and you're just like, what a twist. Another one that came out, and I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy person ever. I really like the games, but I don't play them that much. But a lot of people are kind of raving about the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is like the 3rd remake, which apparently is going to be like a different kind of story, different, like it's after the timeline of the previous one. It's going to change things around a little bit. So it's kind of like keeping that Final Fantasy VII story going, basically. Final Fantasy is always going to be a hit for people. People are always going to watch it. People are always going to be, happy that it's there. Yeah. So that's cool. Another one, big one, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. People are going crazy over this. No, it seems like they've got like a bit more going on with this. Like one of them showed like a rescue ambulance or something like that.
Yeah, so maybe there's some like missions.
It looks like it. There's even hot air balloons and different modes, more variety of transport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So that one is going to be a hit.
Yeah, I think they need a bit of a refresher.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I like that they're not just updating the game. They've gone, no, we've put out, this is a new game. I think that's really good. And they're probably going to smash it. The other one got like 10 out of 10, crazy reviews, and I'm sure it's going to live up to the hype, this one. The next one, James, a big one. People are going crazy over this, and it came out of nowhere, I think. Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
What? I went on my TV and I went on YouTube, and it popped up with this Star Wars Outlaws, and it was like 1 hour ago trailer, and I was like, oh, is this a new like TV show? Clicked on it, I was like, oh, it's a new animated TV show, cool. And I'm just like watching it, and then I was like, this is a game.
Yeah.
Wow, that is kind of blown my mind a bit. I mean, the fact that you can kind of like take off from your ship on a planet, take off, and you literally fly into the orbit. So it's not like a cutscene where you get in your ship and now you're in space. You actually have to fly through the atmosphere to get into space and go straight into some battles, or you can take down large ships. You can like you can attach onto ships and then like take them down from the inside. And
it'll be interesting to see what they have in mind, because of Starfield will be out by then.
Yeah,
and they've got to compete against a space-based adventure.
I get that, but it is still Star Wars, and that IP will always sell.
Yeah, of course.
And also obviously we've got like Jedi Survivor, which is all like lightsabers and stuff. This is more of like what I feel Star Wars is, right? You're a rogue kind of person who's
making your way,
who's fighting back, and there's a lot of flying in it, and there's a lot of like gunfights, and just skimming by. And yeah, I think exactly. I think that's what Star Wars is like, kind of all about. Yeah, I mean, it's not always just about lightsabers, right? There's a lot of just gunfights in there with Harrison Ford. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's going to be really cool, and I'm excited to see what they actually deliver when it comes out. I assume 2024.
Yeah,
I don't know if they did a date yet. So. Another one was kind of already teased, but now they kind of released a little trailer a couple of weeks ago, which was Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. What do you think of that, James?
Oh, yes. So Phantom Liberty. This is almost making out to be a whole new game.
It looks like it. Idris Elba is in it. I mean, I like how they're getting like these big characters. They got Keanu Reeves to like do it.
It's a good marketing draw, definitely. And I think the story is with Idris Elba. I think you meet him quite early on, and then you start your journey in a new sort of section of
Night City.
Yeah.
What's that city called? Night something.
City. Yeah, so it's like a new area, but I think you're actually in that new area for a while. I don't think you actually get to escape it until you.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
Definitely. I think Cyberpunk have done a very good job of digging out of their hole that they kind of originally dug when they first launched. I think with the help of Keanu Reeves, the TV show, and just a lot of fixing,
a lot of hard work,
a lot of patches, they've managed to make a fantastic game. And I'm really excited to see the future of Cyberpunk, and I'm sure that they will never mess it up again.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Another one, James. Did you see Alan Wake?
I did, yeah.
2. But I've been playing Resident Evil 4 Remake recently, and now I'm like, I can handle scary games a little bit. Yeah. Which I think this is quite Resident Evil 4-like.
So like
a few differences.
The original Alan Wake was like a...
You're like a detective or something, right? Yeah. You're trying to like kind of solve a mystery in a way. But then there's like weird creatures. And one thing that I know for sure, which is kind of like Resident Evil, is you're always low on health and low on resource, and you've got to kind of save your bullets.
It's kind of, Resident Evil-y.
Yeah. And then also in this one, you have a torch, and you have to shine the torch at the enemies, and it weakens them, and then you can kill them easier. But once your battery runs out, you got to find another battery, otherwise you're in the dark, which is scary.
Exactly, yeah. So it makes you chase those batteries. It makes it that's a vital.
And like you don't want to just use no matter how scared you might be, you got to try and not use your torch all the time. Alan Wake looks like a really cool game. A little bit of problem solving. You're like a detective, as well as having that kind of combat. And yeah, it's a format that I hadn't really played that much before. But I'm really into it. So yeah, definitely keen to explore more with Alan Wake 2. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Oh yeah, unexpected.
Honestly, like, they've been talking about it for a while, and everyone thought it would kind of come out when the movie came out, but that kind of came and went. I think that trailer that came out, everyone was like super surprised.
Yeah. Avatar as a movie set itself up for a game.
Yeah.
Quite easily, because the world they're in, there's combat, there's exploration, there's traversal, there's water, there's land. So yeah, it's perfect for an open world.
Like a pretty cool story.
So when I saw the trailer, I'm like, graphics have come a long way. So now we're getting to the point where the video game looks like the movie.
No, I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be a hit. And that was everything announced over the last month in the world of gaming. Do you have a favorite? Let us know in the comments below.
Let's go.